Have you ever stood at the edge of something you couldn't fully explain? Something vast, silent, and terrifying? That's the abyss. It's not just a concept from ancient texts or obscure philosophies. It's the space we all eventually meet when life stops making sense. When we lose direction, question everything, or come face to face with our own shadow, it's the collapse of certainty and the beginning of something deeper. The abyss shows up in different forms: the silence after a loss, the pressure of choice, the terror of freedom. For some, it's spiritual, for others, psychological. But no matter where or how it appears, the abyss challenges us to let go of what we think we know and walk straight into the unknown. This isn't just a descent, it's a passage. One mapped by philosophers like Kierkegaard and Nietzsche, explored by mystics, psychologists like Jung, and echoed in the pages of sacred texts and literature. The abyss forces us to confront our fears, our meaning, our self. And in doing so, it cracks open the possibility of transformation. The abyss is a deep and enigmatic symbol that encompasses the full range of human understanding and experience. This mysterious, vast, and unreachable void acts as a crucible for the soul, a bridge between what is comprehensible and what is unknown. It is the place where the intense light of consciousness meets the impenetrable darkness of mystery, a threshold separating the limits of rational thought from the beginning of the transcendental and the incomprehensible. The abyss represents a dark and infinite realm where heroes face their final battles. It personifies the vastness of our psychological complexity. It is in this shadowy place where we encounter countless challenges, forced to confront the deepest and most hidden parts of ourselves. Throughout history, the abyss has drawn philosophers, called to mystics, and challenged the bravest explorers of the human condition. It is not merely a void of knowledge or beliefs, but a space of deep transformation. In psychology, the abyss is the vast territory of the unconscious, filled with unexplored regions of the psyche. For existentialists, it symbolizes the ultimate confrontation with meaninglessness, a leap into the void that can reveal authenticity and inner freedom. In the realm of the occult, the abyss represents the great divide that must be overcome, a dissolution of the ego that allows the seeker to connect with the divine. The abyss is not a simple concept, but a complex symbol that encompasses both the limits and the possibilities of human experience. It invites us on a journey that is not physical, but mental and spiritual, a descent into the depths of the self and the universe. In that silence and darkness lies the potential for profound transformation. Only by facing the abyss and exploring its depths can we discover the truths that shine within the void. And thus begins our exploration of the abyss, a journey that offers no easy answers, but grants us the opportunity to find the very essence of existence. Beyond the known world stretches the infinite void, which is incorporeal. By incorporeal, we mean that which could be occupied by a body, yet remains unoccupied. The world contains no true empty spaces. It forms a continuous whole. The void is the philosophical manifestation of nothingness, a paradoxical absence that shapes everything. The concept of the void plays a fundamental role across various fields of metaphysics. The idea of nothingness is deeply intertwined with the reflection on the void and with humanity's efforts to understand and represent it. As such, the void and its variations have a significant and ever-evolving presence in art, academic discourse, science, and philosophy regarding human existence. The abyss, in this context, symbolizes existential emptiness, one of the central themes of existentialist thought. This void is not merely the absence of something, it is a space that forces the individual to confront the lack of meaning and the absurd reality of life. It challenges the foundations of the certainties we rely on, posing profound questions that often have no immediate answers. Philosophers like Søren Kierkegaard and Friedrich Nietzsche explored this theme in depth, highlighting the courage required to face the void and the existential transformations that can emerge from such confrontation. Kierkegaard, often considered the founder of existentialism, introduced the idea of the leap of faith as a response to existential emptiness. He believed that in the face of the absurd human condition and what he called the sickness unto death, the despair of recognizing one's true self and the responsibilities that come with that recognition, the individual must take a conscious leap toward faith. This faith does not have to be religious. Rather, it represents a commitment to values or beliefs that give life meaning. For Kierkegaard, the anxiety that comes with the freedom to choose suggests that the challenge does not lie in searching for universal truths, but in discovering what truly matters to each person. This path of self-discovery often requires confronting deeply rooted fears and uncertainties. The leap, then, is a brave decision to trust in one's own path, even in the face of unpredictability and the risk of despair. Kierkegaard's philosophy emphasizes that true faith demands a risky, personal commitment, a journey into the unknown without guarantees or concrete evidence of success. The leap of faith becomes a powerful metaphor for the act of trusting in one's own reasons for living, surpassing the limitations of logic, which often fails to capture the complexity of human experience. Through this leap, the individual affirms their existence and defines their essence through their choices, building an authentic life even amid chaos and uncertainty. Nietzsche's perspective on the abyss is marked by a more nihilistic but equally transformative vision. His famous phrase, "When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you," reflects the dual nature of this confrontation. For Nietzsche, the abyss represents the understanding of the universe's lack of inherent meaning, a realization that can either destroy or motivate the individual to create new values. This encounter with the abyss is crucial for the emergence of the Übermensch, or Superman, in Nietzsche's philosophy, a person who transcends conventional social values and finds personal meaning even in the face of existential despair. Nietzsche believed that confronting the void challenges the individual not just to fall into nihilism, but to rise above it, affirming life through the will to power. He argued that facing the abyss is essential for philosophical and personal growth, pushing humanity to confront and reconcile with the apparent emptiness of existence. In this way, the encounter with the abyss becomes an opportunity to reject passive nihilism, which simply accepts the void, and instead adopt active nihilism, which fosters the creation of new values and purposes. Nietzsche's idea of the eternal return supports this view, suggesting that one should live each moment as if life were to repeat itself endlessly. This compels the individual to reflect deeply on their actions and choices, ensuring their life aligns with the values they've consciously constructed. In facing the abyss, Nietzsche's philosophy not only recognizes inner darkness, but transforms it into a process of self-construction where strength and purpose emerge in a more deliberate and resilient way. His vision of the abyss, then, goes beyond a simple fall into despair. It becomes an invitation to deep renewal and transformation of the individual. In the end, the abyss is not just a symbol of despair or emptiness, it is a mirror. It reflects back our fears, our uncertainties, our need for meaning. Whether approached through philosophy, psychology, mysticism, or literature, the abyss forces us to ask uncomfortable questions and strip away illusions. It tests the strength of our convictions and the depth of our self-awareness. To face the abyss is to confront the limits of knowledge, ego, and identity. But in doing so, we open ourselves to transformation. The abyss does not promise answers, but it offers clarity. It does not guarantee peace, but it reveals truth. And in that raw confrontation with the unknown, we may just find the essence of who we really are.